that, by the way, there's nothing grand about it. And what your part of the question was?
That's okay, but I want to ask you to talk a little more about magic. Because we talked about this at the beginning of yesterday, we didn't really get to magic here today. In the chapter that ENV101 students were supposed to read, you listed 8 qualities of great streets, including number 1, accessibility, number 2, bringing streets together, bringing people together, number 3, publicness, number 4, livability, number 5, safety, number 6, comfort, number 7, participation, number 8, responsibility. But then after listing these 8 qualities, you then write, there was a 9th quality, and one that you were saying perhaps the most important, magic. Can you try to explain what do you mean by magic and what makes it the most important ingredient for a great street?
Well, that was a difficult question yesterday, and it's a difficult question today. And I did not have time after we finished our dinner last night to go to a book and look up the definition of magic. But that's why we're designers. That's why we're designers. We try to give it something special, especially relative to its context. The coming up, if I dare say so, with the little park at the end of Octavia Boulevard in San Francisco, the teeny little park, and making it a park. That was a magical idea. That's why we're designers. That's why a lot of you got into this business. I assume to do something not only utilitarian but something special. But magic is okay. Curitiba. The main street of Curitiba. It's Avenue of Flowers, Flower Street. Jaime Lerner, when he was mayor, decided, first major city in South America, to turn it into a pedestrian street. He felt he had to do it fast, quickly. And at first his staff said it would take 3 weeks, and that's too long. They finally got it down to a week, and he said it's too long. And he insisted that they do it over a weekend. They totally redid the street in a weekend and turned it into a pedestrian street. And what happened was what he half expected and why he wanted to do it quickly was he was afraid of lawsuits and everything else. The merchants, especially, and the shop owners along the street were furious with it, because the cars couldn't come there. And they threatened to drive over it the next weekend. Well, the next weekend, the next Saturday came, and he laid down a piece of paper about that wide, and the whole length of the street with little sticks to mark off about half a meter the whole way. And any kid who wanted some paints and a paintbrush, he would give, the city would give them paints and a paintbrush. And they could do paintings on the street on this piece of paper. And guess what? No one was going to drive over that street that day, were they? The kids there. Well, that's magic. That's an idea, and it's magic. What is more important is that if you that was 40 years ago. Yeah, that was 40 some years ago. If you go to that street today, on Saturday, the piece of paper is rolled down. The sticks are put there. The paintbrushes and the paints are given. So that makes community, doesn't it? Rich people come there, poor people come there. They come there with kids, they come there with their parents. They may not become friends, but they talk. That's part of making a community. That's magic. That's magic. If I can put it that way, that's what magic is all about. That's what ideas are all about. A big conference was coming, an international conference was coming to Brazil. There was a big argument who was going to pay for a new hall to pay for it in Curitiba. And he could get nowhere with the then governor, he was mayor. And they picked an area that was part of a quarry, and took these steel pipes, or aluminum pipes, tried them circles, arcs, and built a concert hall, a big hall. And they called it at that time the Wire Opera House. It's all made of wood, it's effectively wires. People come from all over to see it now. And it fits into a quarry. That's magic. That's magic. An idea, part of this acupuncture sort of thing, to people used to go to a certain spring because they had that much great water there. And they took the water from the spring. So he made it easier for them to get to it. He made it easier for people to get to it. It cost almost nothing. And people come like crazy and they take the water. Those are the magic things. Those are the magic things. The little park. The concert hall, the wire concert hall. A free university of the environment made out of old telegraph poles, telephone poles, things like that. Those are magic things. Those are all magic, I think.
Okay, well, let's thank Professor Alan Jacobs for being here.